Hey, what's up, everybody? We're live.
At
Welcome
least two
to
of us are.
welcome to Beer Therapy. Our guest is not here just yet, but I sent him a message to let him know that you know, email sent. We're live, so he will be joining us shortly.
Oh wait! Hold on! That's me! Let me hit the mute! See, that's when I came on, Johnny. That's when I came on.
Yeah, because you're watching it through. If you look at StreamYard, and when we're saying you're live on StreamYard, then you're live on you. Whatever you say is going to be the first thing that people are going to see. Like it doesn't catch up like my live.
It seems like there's like a delay.
Right. So
all right,
we'll start off today.
Somberly.
Oh, so yeah,
Since you've got it on the roll.
we are on the East Coast. So we're in the East. So it's 8:30 here.
Are you texting Oz or what? What are you doing?
Yes, because he's a little with the time difference.
I told him it was just like Montreal. I tried to keep it all very Canadian for him.
Oh,
those Canadians.
Is it the same time as in Montreal?
I think Montreal's on the East Coast. Yeah, or not the East Coast, on the Eastern Standard. Yeah.
Oh. So everyone in the community, if you've been on Instagram today, you've seen that Araya had lost her battle to cancer, which is the reason why I have the ticker going on. I'm gonna have it. I told Gary I'm gonna have it running through the whole live. He re-released the French Crush oil, 100 bottles. All proceeds go to the family to help Araya's family put her to rest. So that is scrolling on the bottom, and that's why the ticker's happening. So sad day in the bearded community. A lot of people donated in support. I know I did. I have the entire line, and that's what I'm wearing in beard today. So before we even get what's in beard, I have the French Crush oil and butter in beard, just because. And so
I just wanted to say one quick thing there. With that kind of stuff, in fact, that kind of stuff actually, made me put any stuff I had with Gary behind how active he was with Araya. I couldn't get as involved as I wanted to because it's a gut punch for me, man. Kids being sick is a total gut punch for me, and having 3 daughters, man, and you knew it was coming, and still when I saw the post today, I almost broke down because it's just
it's same thing. All right, it's a horrible illness. It's a tough fight, especially for a child. And fight as long as she did, it's something to be said. Yeah. But it does. It made me feel like really like, oh shit, that hits home because I got a baby, a baby girl. She's not even 5 yet. I can't even imagine her like getting sick with anything.
Right. Right.
Just
man. I've had to sit through 2 heart operations with Ariana. One when she was 5.5, which was dicey because when she was in recovery in ICU right after, I was watching the nurses every little move, and the surgeon told us afterward it was a little touch and go at times. Mm-hmm. And then the second one, the surgery went great, but she wouldn't heal, and so she came home. And she had this pump to pump out the excess blood and fluid and stuff. And she was just pumping out way too much. So she went back in the hospital for what was it, Kelly, 5 more weeks? Ari went back in the hospital a second time. So from beginning to end, with a break at home of about a week or 2, she was in the hospital for 12 weeks. But all of that was healing. All but, the initial week or so until they released her. Uh-huh. And they would have to open her back up every day because what was it called? Burrowing? The wound was burrowing? Tunneling. So they had to open her up every day to check to see how the flesh was doing.
Oh my goodness.
She was going in for, not every day. I'm sorry, not every day, but once or twice a week. And here's this little girl, who already has a significant disability. And I sat through enough with her that it's just I can't do it with kids, man. It just breaks me. Oh, Eric, it's cool, man. She's a fighter, and she has brightened a lot of lives, but I appreciate that. But here's the thing: the second surgery was for a valve replacement. She's gonna have to have a third. We don't know when that will be, how long it will last. It's completely random. They can give you a range, and that's got me scared because I'm hoping that she can heal better, but I don't know why she would. All right, so hey, happy Tuesday, everybody.
Yeah, I fixed it.
Welcome to the Grieving Dads live stream.
Good looking, Chris. Good looks.
All right, so Oz the Great is going to become Oz the Average if he doesn't arrive here. But I got faith in that man. He's going to be here.
Oz the Average.
And I've got lots of questions, and I'm thinking he's going to be a really cool guest. Han Yacker in the hizzy.
Oh yeah, I get my order from Han Yacker on Friday. I can't wait.
Oh, what are you getting? What are you getting from Adam?
What did I order? I think I ordered Zenland.
Good set.
Because I've been wanting that since it came out, and I was like, so I finally got to get. I couldn't get Taproot. Taproot was sold out, but it's all right.
Great set.
Yeah,
I
was like, oh, it was either Zenland or Taproot. So like the website made the choice for me.
Yeah,
I was like, all right, Zenland it is. All right.
Here's the thing that ticks me off in the most affectionate and loving way possible about Adam is he's a great scent name designer. Like Zenland. The name is actually, to me, more complex than the actual scent. It doesn't take away from the scent. Hey, there he is.
Hey guys, sorry, I'm
all right.
Hey, no problem. We'll be coming to you in just a sec, Oz.
Yeah.
And then Taproot, I don't know. It's just good stuff. You can't go wrong if you're heading to South Illinois where he wants to leave.
Ooh, he said I got a sample of Taproot in there. Yeah.
Oh, look at Adam hooking you up.
Thanks, Adam.
Ladies and gentlemen, in our effort, and there's always no ladies, but I always say that, in our effort to always bring you something a little different than the usual, we got a guy who I was an immediate fan of once I learned of him. And his Bam was in here. Yeah, I see Bam, yeah. And that's due to Bam. Let me make sure, Oz, the spelling's a little different, but your first name is Ryan?
Yes.
Ryan, okay. All right, so Ryan, a.k.a. Oz the Great, if you do not follow this man already on Instagram, you just need to, okay? He's a crossover artist. He's a top 5 singer in the tattoo world. That's where he makes his gravy. But he's also a bearded dude, as you can see, who likes beard product and has taken some of his skills to adorn such labels as, who's this fella? Yeah. Who's that fella right there?
Also, right here, Bad Santa.
Bad Santa. We got a little Uncle Leroy, my favorite.
There it is. Look at that.
Oh yeah, that's a Bad Santa's great. I love that.
I really like that Bad Santa label.
My favorite jolly old fat man that Oz has done was Mele Kaliki Maka. I love that wooden dude.
This one right here.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Yeah, get that in the camera, Johnny. Look at, he's got a little bit of energy in his eyes and mouth. And he's all wooden and looking like he's going to kill you, but he's got a candy cane, so maybe he won't kill you. And lest you think that all Oz does is kind of cool, cartoony caricatures, it's hard to see, but he posted the original, someone we just had as a guest on here. This captain in the Seafarer is also Oz the Great art right there. And you can see a cleaned up with very clean lines version of this on Oz's Instagram page. Oz, how the hell are you tonight, my man?
I'm all right. Not so bad. And yourself?
Hey, we're doing very good. We're doing very, very good. Now, there's some beard therapy cultural things that you'll kind of just have to catch up on as we start going through the night. Just insider kind of stuff, inside baseball. And we're going to start with that before we start learning about you, because there is a celebrity bigger than all three of us combined. And I use that term celebrity in huge quotations, boys. But there is a true celebrity bigger than the three of us who's not even human, who we all need to learn about right now. And that is the one, the only, Alvin the Chipmunk.
Oh.
Somebody recently
I was like, who are you talking about? I'm like, damn, like, who's the celebrity? I'm underdressed over here.
When you can take a thing and it transcends different live streams, you have made a cultural impact. when it's not just the potheads talking about Led Zeppelin, but other genres of music, you have transitioned into a true superstar.
Oh my goodness.
So I saw Alvin video. I loved Alvin video. I loved even more the still of the cat watching him.
Oh, I was hysterical this morning.
My prediction, if
That's
Johnny
so funny.
works out and get rid of him, and I hope he won't, that's how Alvin's going to meet his maker. But Johnny, talk to us about Alvin.
Well, Alvin is he had his very first entire mansion cleaning, which he hid, of course, and he's doing just fine. The cat was kind of stalking him this morning. I was like, I got to get this photo, and she wouldn't move. It's like I was trying to get her to move with my arm and stuff like that, and I was like, all right, if you're gonna stay still, I'm gonna get a photo. But yeah, he's doing good. Nothing really. He's still chewing the fucking the little barrier so he doesn't trap his hand. But we found a way to block him from doing that. So we have this chain that has a bunch of wooden these wooden log pieces. Like they're.
I think I saw it in the video. I think it was in the video.
No, because we just did that this morning. We just did it this morning. And we hung it right where he chews the safety barrier. So he can't get to it. So hopefully that he can't get. There's no way he can get to it. And if he's gonna climb that little thing, he's gonna choose something else. He has to. I don't know why he fell in love with the one thing that's gonna keep his hands from his toes from getting ripped off. And he started chewing that. He has so many other wooden things. But anyway, that's pretty much it. He's good. He's chilling. And his hand is healing a little oddly.
The amputee hand?
Yeah, the little where the nubs are, it's black. So I don't know if something happened there. I hope he's not infected. We have to look at it. And then hopefully hopefully we don't have to take him to the vet. Maybe he'll be okay. I don't know if what they'll do for him, but he's he's lost his domesticated manner.
Oh, really?
He's not domesticated anymore.
You were saying that last week. He can be like a
he really is. We tried to handle him again. Because when we first got him, we came home, he was chilling in our front pockets. He was in my wife's pocket in her scrubs, and she would walk around with him. Nice. And she feed him while she was in the pocket, and she would hold him, put him on the shoulder, and he would run from shoulder to shoulder or whatever.
Oh, really?
And he'd be like a real pet, So I think what happened is that she stopped doing it every day, and because she let a day or two go, he kind of lost that quick, and now you can't even go to grab him because he'll bite you or run away, one of the two, as opposed to before he used to come to your hand and just kind of hop in and go for a ride and let you hold him, but now it's not like that anymore. So it's time to let him go. If his foot is okay, I think we're definitely gonna let him go. Because once he's not friendly anymore. He could, if the kids put their fingers in it, he could bite them and stuff like that. So we're I think it's time. He's back to being a wild chipmunk, and he'll be okay because he's fully rehabilitated minus the nubs.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right. I've got a lot to say. Just real quick, Oz, in one sentence. Johnny's wife found a chipmunk. They took it home because they saved it from a cat's mouth, and it had a leg that needed to be amputated, and they wanted to save it. And Johnny inadvertently tore off 2 of its toes. All right, that's
it was an accident. It was an accident. Okay, it was an accident.
By the way, it was so accidental that when Johnny told us the first time, it was 1 toe, and then he realized it was 2 toes. So okay, now. Can we, as a community, I'm preaching to you, audience members. Johnny says he's going to let him go. Johnny, I think if we get a 50 signature, what do you call those things? Yes. If we get a 50 signature petition, you got to keep Alvin. What are you going to do what are you going to, you said you were going to get some other far more inferior creature to put into his thing.
Yeah.
I think she's much more like a hamster or something, much more mundane.
Keep Alvin.
Yeah, keep Alvin. The cries have gone up. So
Alvin cost us a small fortune already. Alvin cost us almost $1,000 already. This free animal from the woods.
By the way, something else that we learned tonight, guys, is I think Johnny was either Johnny's wife was either trying to encourage suicide by falling, or was trying to turn Alvin into you want one of those free jumpers, those guys that parachute at the last minute. Because why in the hell are you going to let something run around your shoulders without like having a leash?
Oh,
on?
because I mean, he won't fall. He
You don't
won't
know
fall.
that. What are you, a PhD in chipmunk behavior? How the hell do you know?
I
he
know
won't-
rodents. I know. I've had enough hamsters and stuff like that I know, and like I know they won't jump off your shoulder.
Right, and I've had enough girlfriends, Johnny, to know that every single one is the same. Right, just because they're all rodents doesn't
Pretty
mean
much.
all behave the- All right, so
You feed them, they're fine.
This is major news. We can't let the Grooms family get rid of this icon of the beard community, or at least some Liechtenstein
He said,
beard community.
he
Yeah.
said-
Torture and release. Oh shit! All right, so I'm gonna let you all deal with Johnny Grooms. Okay, I may talk to him more, and I may kind of know him a little better, but my words have no effect. He knows me. He's not gonna let him, even though he just dropped hundreds on this little thing. They're gonna go with their souls or whatever and release the thing and buy a stupid ass gerbil or something. I don't know.
no, gerbil's too small for the stuff that we have in there. The gerbils won't. I think the gerbil's too small for it. Something like that. Yeah, that's what I said.
Look at Barden's comment. Look at Barden.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, a little bomber jack. Yeah.
Oh, that's good, Adam. That's good, Adam Canada. We have two Adams in here. We got to go Adam Canada, Adam America. Oh,
Okay.
maybe another tribute concert, Joe. My fingers are still just healing because I was thrashing the axe so hard, even though I was playing bass. I was thrashing the axe so hard that night.
We'll unsubscribe.
That's it, Rob. Hit him where it hurts, brother. Hit him with the like button. Hit him on the thumbs down, man. That's where
Oh no.
Johnny's
All
gonna.
right. We'll see how this goes. We'll see how it plays out. You know.
All right, let's go through what's in beard, and let's get to know Oz. I'll start real quick. Man, it was a hard choice, but because we had recently had Clever, of course I'm gonna. If we got someone on here who's got a product out there and I've got it, I'm gonna wear it. So I threw in the Seafair tonight, and all of our guests.
I filmed the review for that today.
I saw that.
It's gonna come up.
Sorry, not
No,
that.
it's gonna come up.
You did the Deb review that I reacted to, but go on.
I'm wearing French Crush, of course.
Very
Butter,
good. Very good.
butter and oil, of course. Yeah.
And as the guys are populating what's going on in there, real quick, I want to show them something. For those of you who remember when we had Brothers Groom on just a little while ago, this is their
nice.
light. Okay?
Is that half-ounce oils?
Yeah. And as
That's
a
like-
reminder,
that's more than enough oil. Half-ounce oil is more than enough oil. I don't know
Right.
about
I agree with you, man. I agree.
like I got this size beard, and I have the half-ounce oil for This is a half-ounce oil from Debonair, and I'm like, this is more than enough for me, like to get my beard going. Like
I think it's half ounce, Johnny. It looks like half ounce.
they look like half-ounce.
And then this lovely carved piece of wood.
I like that. That I like.
leather stitching. Don't forget, one of the brothers works with the Amish, and they do leather and woodworking together. And he has that leather and woodworking company. And I hit him up when they had the Father's Day sale, so it was just like a price too good to refuse. It was ridiculous how little I paid for this. I think it retails for. Oh man, I'll look at this site. It ended in 5. It was either 25 or 35. I've got to double check.
It's not bad.
What
you got in, Oz? What are you wearing?
Yeah, what do you got in, Oz?
What do I have this morning? Luxurious Bastard 1912.
Very nice. Very nice.
A legendary.
Love
and
that oil.
Polarizing. Very polarizing.
He's a favorite of mine, that's for sure.
What's that, Oz?
That's a favorite of mine for sure.
Yeah.
It's a
Oh, cool. Sober Chef Eric. We have a few chefs in this community. He's one of our chefs. He's a vegetarian chef. He wants to know your IG, Oz.
Oz the Great Tattoo.
like TA the number 2.
Yeah.
TA2, yeah.
TA2. Oz the Great TA2.
Oz the Great TA2.
Yeah, we're gonna be showing some of your art and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
it should show.
Yeah, we're gonna Oz was
Yeah, we'll
nice
go
enough
to
to send us some of his original work so we could see it, not on a beard label. Show you his skill and maybe on some of his tattoo stuff. I don't know what he sent, Johnny. But going through the scents really quickly. Leroy, Brett Berlin's got some Leroy. Hanyaker Avenue Blue, Jeff Rice. Look at that.
Avenue
Hanyaker
Blue.
decides to show up tonight, and he's got someone already in there. Mele Kaliki Maka, bam, of course, where it all began. Phoenix CBG. I am not familiar with that brand, Eric.
That's Chesapeake.
Oh, CBG.
Yeah,
Whenever-
Chesapeake Beer Company.
Whenever I just think of Chesapeake when it's abbreviated as Peak. When it goes down to letters, I always.
Oh, okay.
Someone else had Mele Kaliki Maka. Eric Kennedy, Cal Ripken, the Cal Ripken of our cast. Eric Kennedy's got some Mele Kaliki Maka.
Yeah, right.
Rob Acker has some America the Beautiful. Mick Man. Oh yeah, mix today. A mix of Bearded Coast and Ruddy Man's the boxing one, the leather one. Help me. Ringside? Ringside, is that what it's called?
Yeah. For Ruddy Man, yeah.
James Pershing, Black Rebel Super Scout. If you haven't tried Pedro yet, shit is legit unless you only maim animals and refuse to wear them. Ryan C, Bearded Coast, Dapper Dude. Josh Ricks, what do I have in beard? Was that the Joe? I think I stated it. Odds are great. That's why I wore Leroy, because he's on. Attaboy. Say that fast 5 times, Joy. Yeah. Johnny, is Alvin making an appearance? I doubt it, Josh.
No, I'm in the basement. Alvin's upstairs.
The question is, will Alvin still be in the house by the next beard therapy?
Probably. more yeah than no.
All right.
What to say.
I'm going to do my part, guys, for you. I'm going to keep bugging Johnny. I don't want Johnny pulling like a mafia thing, like kidnapping Hoffa and burying him in New Jersey or whatever, and slipping Alvin out in the cover of darkness like some spy in the Cold War. I will make sure I hit him every week about Alvin, because I don't want him just going away without us knowing. All right, Ryan. Now, one of the reasons I was super hyped to get you on here is one of my passions as a kid was comic books. And one of yours as well?
I actually owned a comic book store for 5 years before I started tattooing.
Oh,
Nice.
we're gonna be DMing. I have 2 skills in life I kick myself for never doing. One is learning how to play a guitar, and 2 is learning how to draw. I love artists. So I don't know what the first tattoo of yours I saw was. It might have even been Mele Kaliki Maka. I don't know when I started following you, but I was like immediately taken by your art. So, take us down that path a little bit. How does one, at least in your case, become a tattoo artist?
For me, it was kind of weird because when I owned the comic book store, I had a client that was a tattoo artist, and he was apprenticing at the time, and him and I always talked about it all the time. And then when I got to the point where I shut down the comic book store, I had nothing that I was doing really, and he offered me a spot to apprentice in his shop, so I took it.
Now, go back to the art part of this. Had you, because you owned a comic shop, and obviously we're a comics fan, had you self-taught yourself how to draw, or how did that?
I've always been an artist, and I went to college for it and stuff, and then didn't really use it for 10 years after that, and then the comic book shop got me back into it for sure.
Awesome. Now, so you apprentice under the guy. Now, when you start, do you start working for him? And then did you get, I don't even know what your setup is. I assume you have your own shop, or you share shop with guys?
I have my own shop now. I worked for him for a little bit. When you apprentice, you kind of just sit and watch. You set up for them. You do all the grunt work, all that kind of shit. You pay your dues.
Right.
And then eventually you start your own. You started doing family and friends and all that kind of stuff. And then eventually you work up in hours, and as you get better, then bigger projects come your way.
Awesome.
Nice.
Now let's put humility and stuff to the side, because I appreciate honesty, and we're not going to talk about where you're from except in the very biggest picture of Canada. Okay. In your region, do you feel your name is out there and known? How long have you been doing this? And is Oz the Great? Does he get to pay his bills because of his skills?
I get to pay my bills, but I could be paying them better. No, there's some great tattoo artists in this community, and it's there's a lot of tattoo shops here, but I've paid my dues for sure, and I think I'm at the tops of where I am for sure.
Now, I'm old enough to remember when only dudes, by and large, who were in or had been in the military is who wore tattoos. You know, if we're going to just take a big generalization, 70s and 80s, you didn't really see too many females with tattoos. And you definitely really didn't see like the sleeves and the whole bodies, unless you may have gone to like a tattoo convention or something like that, right?
Yeah.
I don't know really how Canada's military works. Is it similar in Canada where a lot of military guys get tattoos? Is that part of your customer base? How does one work? Like, how did you get customers to start coming in? I mean, I know you're not holding a twirly sign like I'll draw on you or anything like that. So what do you do to get customers initially?
Offer it for cheap.
Okay.
That's the easiest way to do it. Yeah, that's the story. And then as you get some skills, then raise your rates. And then eventually you'll know where we're at now.
Do you advertise other than other people's bodies and going, hey, where did you get that tat? And then they say, oh, down at Oz's? No.
It's all word of mouth.
Nice. That's great that you can make a living, even if you could make it better, on straight up word of mouth. I think that's amazing.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
Between Instagram and my Facebook pages and stuff like that, that's usually where I get most of my bookings from. So out there for sure. So social media is basically where it's at right now for advertising.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
And it's free. So that's always good.
Yep. Now, do you do? I don't even know if this is a thing in the tattoo world. Oh, I should also say, Johnny, do you have tattoos?
No.
I don't either.
Because I was raised like to not get tattoos because it was drilled in my head like whatever part is tattooed will not go to heaven when you die.
Oh,
like
crap.
that's what I was told. So I was like, okay, you know. It's like, hey, that's what I was told. So
that's a great one. I've never heard that before.
So I guess it worked, you know, like because I don't have any.
Oz, did you have a tattoo before you became a tattooist?
I had a few before then, yeah.
Okay.
It's gotten worse since I've started, for sure.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Now, I don't know. Obviously, certain parts of your body would be hard, but do you do work on yourself, or do you, like...
I've done a bunch on my legs and one on my side of my stomach, and I did my hand just recently. Stuff like that, but anywhere I can reach.
Okay. Did you post that hand pic? I could have sworn I saw that. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I didn't realize that was yours. Johnny, would you scroll the comments real quick? Because I'm sure a lot of guys, seriously, Oz, when I was posting this on Instagram, a lot of guys were very excited to see you. Adam from Hanyaker, you know, he's a busy man.
Adam's awesome.
Is Oz drinking moonshine?
Nope, mud shakes. I kind of drink like a girl. So.
Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. Every now and then I'll have a Truly or or White Claw or something. You know, that's pretty girly.
Behind those beer bottle that you see there, Oz, Johnny's just got a stack of Dew Claws waiting to be drunk.
I wish.
Nice.
I would be slamming them now. I don't allow. I think that's the only. I don't see any more questions.
Okay. All right. So, what is your kryptonite when it comes to drawing? I know a lot. Thinking about comic book artists, I know a lot of artists. There's something like. Do you remember Rob Liefeld?
Yeah. Oh yeah. His feet.
Yeah. You could not draw feet, and I know certain big name artists are like, God, I hate drawing animals. Realistically, they just they bedevil me, et cetera, et cetera. What is Oz's kryptonite? What's challenging for you to draw?
That's a good. You know what? Are really hard to draw hands. You don't want to put hands on anything.
Yeah. Okay. Hands any like in any art form.
Just hiding. That's all you can do.
I'm sorry, Oz. Could you repeat that again?
If you can hide hands in an image, definitely do it because everyone notices when you screw up a hand.
And conversely, do you have a specialty, either something you're known for or something you feel is a strength in your art?
I'm known for my fine line black and gray work and portraits, basically. I mean, I can do it all. I work in a street level shop where I don't say no to anything that basically comes in unless it's an absolutely fucking stupid idea. But other than that, that's what I like to do. Anything black and gray and portraiture, animal portraits, that kind of thing. That's where I have my most fun.
I'm going to get to that, but Redbeard Ryan had this comment, Oz. Vacation to Canada and get a tattoo from Oz with the little thinking face. I was asking Oz, I said, you're going to think I'm fucking crazy, man, because you're out in the middle of Canada. We have hardly anyone that's Canadian in here. but could we do a giveaway of a tattoo or something? So Ryan, the idea did come to my mind to get some kind of cool, special, unique giveaway. Who in the hell? Everyone's got a bottle of beard oil, a bomb, whatever. Only one person might have that Oz tattoo, but it was a crazy idea. Sober Chef Eric asks, and I don't know this term, Oz. Do you do job stoppers?
Depends. Job stoppers usually refer to hand pieces because those are job stoppers, right? Those are the things that people see every time they're out there. It depends on what it is. If a lot of artists won't do anything if you're not already covered. It depends on what it is because it's not so frowned upon anymore. So
okay. Straight Beard's got a great one. I want to ask you that one in just a second. Have you ever had to turn down a request just based on you're already nodding. Hit us with one or two of those.
I've turned down face tattoos because I don't want to put my name on that shit. I've turned down palm tattoos because I don't want to put my name on it because they fade really fast and they look like shit. And who gets the blame for that? I do. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right. So Acker's inside my brain, like he sometimes is. I'm going to have a kind of a riff off of Rob's question here, but name some absolutely stupid tattoo ideas. I got to hear this. So what has either walked into your store or you've encountered with your tattoo crew there that are just absolutely ridiculous?
I've done some bow ties on a guy for Valentine's Day for his girlfriend. You know, I've done some watches that the guy wanted set to 420 for every day. You know, I've done some dumb shit.
Like on his wrist, like constantly.
Yeah, like a full all-the-way around watch.
Wow. I gotta ask: was it a digital or analog watch? Because that could matter. That makes it a little harder to tell it's 420.
Wow.
James Pershing wonders: have you ever had a big dick Jesus request for a tattoo?
I have not. No. I'm lucky enough. I mostly deal with women, so there are a lot. They have some better ideas than men do. That's for sure.
Is that exactly what it sounds like? Is it a big dick Jesus? Like, is that what it is?
I'm not even sure what a big dick Jesus is.
Yeah, what is that? I'm asking. Like,
Johnny, it was James.
Like, is it like Jesus with no like pants on or something? And
how awesome! The idea of James, the idea of carrying that thing around.
He said yes, Jesus with a big dick. Yes.
Your boy Bam, Oz. Worst tattoo you had to do?
That I have to do?
That you had to do.
That's a very good one. What is the word?
Okay.
I've done some bad ones. I might have to come back to that one.
That's fine. We'll come back to it. Bam, for as long as you're in here, remind or hit me in the DM if Ryan hasn't answered. Hanyaker wanted you to know that he also deals with women mostly too, Oz.
Nice.
A lot of cooch butterflies. All right, so Eric, I was waiting to see if we could get to 9:30, but we're here, so let's do it.
Yeah,
I didn't even realize you dealt mostly with women. Okay, but hold, Johnny. Ryan was saying that he's very good with. He thinks he's strong with shading and stuff. I asked him to send you that recent Captain's face, not the one he did for Clever, but it's like
my the old Captain.
The old Captain. This is a recent.
I love that piece.
If you follow it, you saw it. I was just amazed by the detail of this piece. Can we blow that up at all, Johnny?
No.
Okay. All right. So get a gander of your screen. Can we make?
I mean, I can make it the solo thing.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, let's do that. That gives us a little bit extra. Okay. So Oz, since I'm a total, like I said, no tattoos. I don't know how this stuff works. If you look at this, and you could probably hop over to Oz's IG and have a really nice look at this. The wrinkles, the age, this guy has stories to tell for years just by this face. And he's got that little bit of a smile. So he's not a prick old salt. He's the kind of old salt you truly want to have a couple beers with. How does this go from start to finish?
Well, actually, when it started, I happened to cross the actual image of the actual guy on the internet. And I really wanted to do him because of the detail that was in it. So I put it on my Facebook page. I offered it up for $100. So, because I wanted to do it for a tattoo convention that was coming up at the time, so I could enter one of their competitions because I'd never done that before.
Okay.
So I offered it up, and 2 sessions later, like 10 hours are involved in that thing for $100. So she got a heck of a deal and an awesome tattoo out of it.
Wow.
That is an awesome tattoo, man. I mean,
I love it.
I'm sorry, I didn't want to cut someone off. I'm glad that Johnny is able to post it, but it serves to go follow Oz just to look at some of this work, just to look at that tattoo, and then go back and look at his other work. Oz, another guy you might be familiar with, Pete from Damn Yankee, just hopped into the house.
Hey, Pete, how you doing?
I'm wearing my Damn Yankee shirt.
Oh,
There it is.
So yeah, for those who didn't know Oz, that this is a guy who's truly brought the I think Fable is probably the only other company that has brought art and beards, kind of this nice little marriage of them.
And Rebel Born. Rebel Born's really good too.
I don't know that company.
Sorry, Black Rebel. Sorry, that's what I meant.
Oh,
yeah.
Black Rebel, yeah.
But that's
This is more of a traditional art.
Awesome.
That's his rebranding though, because I have his original stuff from a year ago when it was just like the skull. Yeah, but his rebrand, yeah. Brian from Beards and Banjos wants to know, how many butterflies have you done?
Oh my God, countless.
Now, here's a question: do you research different butterflies so it's not so boring for you?
Yes, I do.
Nice.
I do the same thing with flowers. I try to not to do the same damn thing every again because, man, it gets pretty tedious and monotonous after a while.
I can imagine. When I'm grading essays, when I'm grading essay number 70 of Mice and Men, and I'm like, fuck me. I get it. Brett Berlin, have you ever had a guy ask you to tattoo a $100 bill on his dick?
No.
On his hand.
On his hand, but never his dick. Nope.
Who's that?
I'm not touching anybody's junk unless I get my minimum $1,000, and then I'm charging my hourly rate after that.
I'm gonna kind of broach that too, but I heard a voice back there. Who is that?
That's my wife. She's laughing in the background.
What's your wife's name?
Shalane.
Shalane, I don't know if you know this, but your boy's a pretty good celebrity in the tiny niche world of the bearddom here because of his artwork. Let's see here. All right, so genitalia, male or female? The tattoo. I see you.
He's like, no. He's like,
The tattoo artist obviously decides whether or not he or she is going to do that. You just have a straight no policy.
Yeah, I've never done one, nor do I have really any interest in doing it. No.
He's
yeah,
been married
I
for 2 years.
What did she say?
She said I've been married for 22 years, so I'm not going anywhere near somebody else's stuff.
And probably doing it on a guy doesn't really thrill you, unless of course you make a mistake on the underside of his ball sack that he'll never see. That maybe as a joke.
has anybody ever asked you for that at all, or is that?
Surprisingly, like I said, I deal with women mostly, and they don't really ask for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, no, okay.
They're very practical in their ideas, and I'm happy with that. So
All the movies I watch, they seem to have. Oh wait. How about ass cheeks? How about that buffer zone between genitalia and the rest of the body? Butt cheeks?
No, I'm willing to do some ass cheeks. That's about as cool.
Yeah. Is that an easier place to tattoo the butt cheeks other than like everywhere else in the body? You figure because it's a large surface and it's smooth.
It's probably easier for the artist, but not so much for the person that's getting it done. You would think that a spot that has a bunch of flesh on it would be easy. Yeah. It's not. That's really the worst. The fleshier the area, the worse it is for pain. So, ass is fairly painful.
What's the best? I always thought like musculature in the arm or the pec might be the best for the artist, like as a canvas. What's the best area of the body for the artist?
For me, forearms and thighs and like calf muscles. They're nice and flat where you can put your hands around everything and no problems.
Now, something else I notice you do all the time, which is just freaking interesting to me, is you always put what you use to make the tattoo and where you get it. Why do you do that?
I get a discount on my needles.
So some of it is just that kind of thing. Good. And again, I want to know the guy who thinks of, I guess if you're in an urban area, that's a lot easier, but like who runs the tattoo supply store, right? Because I don't even know what it would look like to go in there. So I imagine there's obviously needles and inks. What other things do you possibly buy that you use at a tattoo supply store? Or whatever.
The machines, your PPE, everything, chemicals, everything is usually out of those spots. Yeah, we kind of get them all under one spot. It's pretty much regulated. So
okay, all right. Interesting. You mentioned PPE. I know you guys are already pretty geared up pre-COVID. Do you have to do any more than you usually would with COVID?
We have to wear masks now. That for our area, we have to have masks because we were so close. But that's really the only thing that's really changed for me.
Yeah, because you have to be, everything has to be sanitized normally. You guys got to wear gloves normally. So, like, the only thing that would change, is masks.
We're above grade and all that stuff already. So now it's just a matter of just because we're so close now, we have to wear masks. They have to wear it. I have to wear it. And that's fine. If that's the only change I have to make to get me back to work, I'm fine with
that. What customer came the furthest from Canada that you've ever tattooed on, whether he was on vacation or just happened to stop in? Have you ever had where's that?
Australia.
Wow.
Really? Nice.
Really?
And I've had people from England, a couple from Australia. They come from all over the world, surprisingly, to this small town that I'm in. So
that's wild.
Well, they all travel to Canada anyway. No one wants to come to America, so
yeah. A little later, I want to further pursue that question. Okay. And damn it, I had something after that. Oh, Brett had a question. Since you live in Canada, do you get a lot of rush tat requests? And if so, what was the coolest?
I've never had a rush tattoo, actually. No. I think the only band one I've ever really done besides like AC/DC and Metallica, that's basically it.
How about hockey? Let's go with the stereotypes here. Any hockey?
I've done some Canadian ones. I've done some Canadian ones, but there's not too many. And it's surprisingly because I've done them all on women.
Really?
How many Maple Leafs?
You know what? There's a fair few of those, but not very many.
Okay. How many bottles of maple syrup?
That would be an awesome tattoo, actually.
Yeah.
We had this talk before on an old one, Johnny. I watched a documentary. It's like the maple syrup is run by the mob up there. They have like a maple syrup mafia up in Quebec and
Don't
stuff.
tell anyone.
Yeah, I'll tell you. Yeah. How many trees do you have? How many trees in your property? Oz, how many maple trees do you have?
How many trees do we have? We got like 6.
Are they tapped?
No. That would be awesome, though.
Brett Berlin asked, can he be the first because they're his fave band of all time?
Oh,
Absolutely.
All right, Brett. So when we'll get you some directions to Oz's shop here toward the end of the show. And then Jolly Old Fat Man asked, ever do a full black piece?
Back piece.
No, there's a ridiculous trend in this industry right now where people doing giant blackout pieces that you're never going to be able to do anything with ever again, and it will never last, and they're going to look like shit forever. I don't know what the deal is with that stuff, but it is not for me. And no, I've never done one.
Have you ever
people use them as cover-ups right now, and I think there's much more creative ways to do a cover-up than to just cover with black.
Have you ever tried to do the tattoo?
It's my job to talk these guys out of that kind of thing. Sorry.
So you're part counselor too.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. And that's the thing, and I'm willing to tell you that if I think it's a shit idea, I'm gonna fucking tell you. You don't have to get your tattoo by me. You can go down the street if you want to. I don't have to put my name on it.
A tattoo man with ethics.
I think a man was talking about like full back pieces, like I would say from shoulder to butt cheeks, like that full.
I thought you said black.
Yeah, I did. I knew that it was actually a trend, but yeah, it is back. My bad.
Yeah.
You know what? I haven't really done many back pieces, lots of sleeves, stuff like that. An investment in a back, like you can run 40 hours on one of those things. You're looking at $4,500 to finish them.
Yeah,
it's a lot of money.
That's fucking man.
Do
Have you ever had anyone that just like started the tattoo and then started to tap out and was like, I can't do it, I can't take the pain anymore and all that stuff?
Yeah, that happens far too many times, but usually it's men. It's ain't women that are doing that. It's men every time.
Yeah, women could definitely take a lot more pain than men.
I believe it.
That's that's scientific fact right there.
I totally. Now, have you ever had? I went to a Comic-Con in I'm from San Diego, Ryan, so I'm from the home of the Comic-Con. And way back before it was this, small size city that it's become today. The first one I went to was in '81 and was at this old hotel called the El Cortez. And this was, I remember at 13, there was a room where free art was not free art, but where art was being done. And sitting there was Frank Miller, John Byrne, Bill Sienkiewicz, and the Peonies from ElfQuest. I don't know if you ever knew that title. Yeah. And as a kid, I mean, I was a big Byrne robot, but as a kid, I knew the talent of these other guys, right? So a guy brought this piece that he had a bunch of different artists on, and he had Sienkiewicz draw Batman and Moon Knight back to back, with Moon Knight having this long word balloon explaining all the ways why he's not Batman. Okay.
Nice.
What I was wondering, that made me come up with this question. Have you ever had a guy do a sleeve or a portion of the sleeve or something like that, where he's done it piece by piece, but he's always come back to you to do those individual pieces?
Lots of times, yeah. I find that a lot of people do these sleeves patchwork style. They don't really come up with a great idea right from start to finish. It's a lot of pieces and parts, because that is a huge investment too. So I find that a lot of people just piece stuff together as they go. But I've finished and started a lot of them.
Do you prefer to work in black or color?
I prefer to work in black and gray. I find that it ages better with your body. It doesn't fade, those kind of things.
Right.
That's my wheelhouse, is black and gray for sure.
Okay.
So, all right, I got one. Because I've been thinking about what is like the up and coming future technology for tattoos? Is there kinds of ink that, I know there's some inks that illuminate? Is there any kind of inks that are that are easy to remove, or anything kind of like futuristic when it comes to like tattoo tech?
Not really when it comes to inks. That's pretty old school still. And yeah, the illuminating ink is still a big thing somewhere. It's never been a huge thing around my shop. I've never done one, but I don't think they age well, personally. And I think what's cool at 18 to go to the club with under a black light is probably not great when you're 14.
That's it. Like, when you go under the black light, it lights up. It's also another trend that I started noticing too, is these minimalist tattoos, where they'll be like literally like just like straight lines and they're dots, and it's like the solar system. Something
it's
like that.
very popular in Germany right now. A lot of the new trends start there, and then they make their way here. So they're always ahead of the game over there.
I mean, that's all great and all, but that's got to suck for you guys. I can't imagine you make a lot doing that.
You'd be surprised at how much effort it takes to make a straight line.
Yeah, on the skin and stuff like that, because skin it's, you got to think, it's not like paper. Skin moves and stuff like that. So to get a full straight, like real clean like that, it's
horrible.
That's tasking.
Now, Oz, you said you went to college for art. Did you find that translated almost seamlessly once skin was your canvas, or did you have to like maybe do some extra learning and tweaking because of that?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like when I started, I found that my drawings kind of outweighed my tattooing, and then now it's kind of gone the other way. Now I think my tattoos have outweighed my drawing, because I spend way more time tattooing than I do drawing now.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
There's definitely a learning curve for it.
Now, were you getting to practice when you were? I know you said you were pretty much a grunt when you were, being the assistant. You just kind of get thrown out like a duckling and say, "Okay, there you go," or do you get to do a little bit of practice beforehand?
How it was done for me, like we worked on cantaloupes, and then you basically tattoo yourself, and then after yourself, then you do friends and family for free, and then you do them cheap. Okay. So everyone knows what they're gonna get. Hey, this is my first couple tattoos. They're gonna be shit. So just hold on, and it'll get better eventually.
That sounds kind of like the haircut kind of thing. I think a lot of barbers or stylists start off in a similar kind of structure.
It's very similar.
I have never heard of this. Bam seems to be up to date on the tattoo world, so I'm going to throw this one at you, Ryan. Bam said, "I love those voice scan
Oh
tattoos."
yes, yeah.
Talk about that.
You have to be very, very precise with those things, or it'll never work. But
Right.
yeah, they are pretty cool when they do work.
You hold up your phone, like certain apps, and like we'll scan the tattoo, and you'll get like a message.
Really?
Yeah, you can do that. You can do it with I think it's Spotify. You can download little clips of the song in barcode kind of, and then you scan it and it'll play. So like, people could have that tattooed on their arm or whatever, and you can just hold up your phone and you'll get whatever. It's like a QR code.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very similar to that.
Now, you mentioned something about Germany and how they're kind of trendsetters or trailblazers. Pardon me for some of this stuff. Have different artistic movements or different artistic cultures from around the globe is almost like a chef. Like certain chefs will, obviously focus on a cuisine. Do you find that international art style or styles influence your work at all?
Not really, because I work more in the realistic fashion. So I'm working from real life. It's not really trends. Yeah, it's just straight from real life. So
okay. Checking the thingy real quick here. All right, now the tattoo. The first time I saw it, I just went, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And this is going to be my bias, and you can hate me for it, but the under the lip and under the tongue or surface of the tongue tattoos.
Stupid.
One word is all it took. Would you do one though? That's not the face. I mean, no, you wouldn't.
Well,
Really?
the thing is, when you do that, they have to actually sit there with their lip like that, and then my hand's got to be right there, and I'm not taking the risk of poking my fucking fingers. Hell no.
I tell you what, if I did like tats, I just like your attitude, man. You would definitely be my artist because I love that you have lines, right? It's like, sure, if I can throw whatever into my face, I'll draw on it.
Yeah.
But you have definite lines. Now, do you find that there are more guys or gals who do this like you, or like, I don't know. How do you stay friendly but competitive? I guess, like, how do you differentiate yourself if you're in a community of tattooists, or are you all one big happy family?
I find that usually tattooers aren't very much of a family. They're kind of out for their own, really. But I don't really concern myself with that. I'm going to do my own thing. I'm there to do what I want to do and then come home and that's me. Like I don't care what anybody else is doing in the community.
Are your hours job dependent, like based on what is you're working on, or do you?
Yeah, generally, yeah, for sure.
So let's say you were doing, something intricate on a sleeve, something that is going to take you between, 8 and 12 hours, and you got customers coming in, right? What happens there? Because you're busy for 8 to 12 hours.
Sorry, what was that?
Because you're gonna be busy for 8 to 12 hours, and you got other people coming in wanting tats. How do you not lose that business?
For me, I find that I don't have a lot of walk-in clients. Everything's scheduled. It's a pretty private shop. So we know that most people are coming in, and especially right now, nobody's walking in. Like, we're not even allowed to take walk-ins right now. Right. So most people, when they were coming down, I knew they were coming if they were coming for a consult. Like, and I don't mind stopping and talking for a little bit, but yeah, I'm focused back on the work as soon as I can because it's just me in my shop. That's it. So,
has business slowed down at all, or is it the same?
You know what? When we came back, I figured it was going to be one of two things. I figured I was going to be doing nothing, or I was going to be swamped, and I've been swamped. So
wow,
awesome! I think with all this, I think a lot of people were missing not getting the stuff done. So now they're running through. So hopefully we can keep the momentum up. But I think we're in a really high spot now, and we might hit a plateau for a little bit coming up, but we'll see.
Okay. Bam says if he liked paint and had a ton of money, he'd have a shitload of tattoos.
Yeah, he would.
Adam, thanks for stopping. Adam Hanyaker is on his way out. Thanks for stopping by, man. Giving us time. Appreciate it.
You figure Bam would get that bad Santa tattooed on right back here or something,
He actually talked to me about it. So he said that the only way he would get it done is if I came and did it for him. So
now that's interesting because when he lost his truck, when his truck went kablooey, that dude was like looking across the nation for a truck. And I know Bam, correct me if I'm wrong. I know you found one out of state, and I think quite a distance from Georgia, and you went and got it, if I'm not mistaken. Now, I realize where Ryan is located is, a decent haul from Georgia, but maybe you guys could meet halfway, like in, I don't know, freaking Kansas or something. And then Brett Berlin could get his Rush tattoo as well.
Right?
He needs to get Vixen tattooed on his chest, says Billy Rogers.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Billy,
Vixen's more like
fun image to do.
I would say Vixen's more like a leg tattoo.
Yeah, the length of it says something a little bit longer. When Ben told me about that idea, I was like, I don't know what the fuck you're thinking, dude, but we'll do it. So, but I love how that one turned out. So
he's like, whatever floats your boat. You like animals, all right?
if you're into a female deer with some tits, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm not one to judge. I mean,
that is great.
It's funny.
Do you have would you say that the proportion of eye rolls you've done when someone comes in far outweighs the stuff you're like, all right, let's do this, or are they more minimal? Like when they're like, do this, do the whatever, and you're like, oh, fucking whatever.
No, it's pretty minimal. I find that, like I said, most of my clients are pretty understandable of what they're going to get from me and what they're not going to get from me. So they know coming in, because I don't have any bones of telling you that I think it's stupid. So
now, as an artist, are you expected to come up with the design? Like I come in, I say, dude, I want a bearded skull with Viking horns and flames coming out his nose. Go. Or do they bring you something? Do you collab with people for it? How does all that work?
There is some collabs, but I find that a lot of people nowadays, they need to see what they're getting done. So they turn to the internet, and so they turn to Google, and they want 3 roses. So they say 3 roses into the internet, and the first image that comes up, that's what they're getting. They're sold on it. Yeah, it doesn't matter how shitty it is. That's the first one they're getting. So
you see,
try to change it enough so it's not that shitty version, but I think people are pretty dead set on a lot of stuff when they come in, unfortunately.
No, if I'm gonna get my tattoo, like my very first tattoo or any tattoo, because it's on my body for life,
you want it to be custom.
I want, I want the artist to I want to give them my idea and then have that artist do their interpretation of my idea. So it's a complete 100% original. You're not going to Google and find my tattoo on Google. You know what I'm saying? Unless I post it, that's pretty much
Absolutely.
it. Like that's what I want. That's what I want.
I think if you engage the artist and you actually have them help design the piece, then they care about it a little bit more. And if I care about it a little bit more, I'm going to take my time and I'm going to do what I'm going to do. I'm not just following the line now anymore. That's something there.
Right.
Part of me is going into it. So that's the best way to do it. But I find that unfortunately doesn't happen.
That's a shame. Like you figure like that, everybody would want that. Like an original piece. Dump the artists.
Totally. I mean, you're talking about guys and girls that can draw freehand on your body. Why would you not go into their wheelhouse? You came to them.
Yeah.
I would almost think it, but this is the way I think of being a comic center. I would almost think it insulting to give Ryan like, dude, I want this. He's not there to connect the dots. He's there to create.
That's right. Yeah. You're not coloring my numbers over here. You know what I mean? Like you're
absolutely.
Now, Ryan, I texted you a question a while back, and your response cracked my ass up. And I'm like, oh, this guy's going to do fine on therapy. And I think we've seen in the hour we've had Ryan on here, give or take, that, he's definitely fits right in with the therapy guys. Yeah. I was wondering, I DM'd Ryan and I said, I have a question. Why do so many girls get bows tatted on the back of their thighs? Do you know what it signifies? Now, Ryan answered me in the DM, but I want to pose that same question to him here. Why do we see so many, particularly younger girls, have those bows right in the middle of the back of their thighs?
Oh my God, now I'm interested in what I said to you. Uh-oh.
Okay, can I read it? I didn't want to say it. Okay, because it's a great answer. Okay.
It's a porn thing, isn't it? Isn't that a porn thing?
Hold on, Johnny. Don't steal the line here.
Okay.
Here we go. 2 reasons. 1, it's so they look like they have stockings on at all times. 2, they're whores.
Yeah, it's because they're whores. Yeah,
I'll stand by that one for sure. Yeah, I'll stand by that. Yeah.
It's true. I've seen a lot. I've seen the bows behind like legs, but
Yeah.
So yeah, it did because they're whores.
You don't know where that comes from.
Yeah, we know. Yeah,
There's a certain part of society where you might see such things. And
yeah.
Yeah.
all
And
right.
it's the same bow. The thing is, it's the same bows. It's the same exact.
Yeah. Exactly. It's like Ryan said. Someone,
They
the
Googled it.
girl who did it, went to the internet, got that bow, and then some other girl said, "Hey, I like her bows," and it's just
Yeah,
a replica
yeah.
of freaking bows,
I
right?
want the bows. You get the bows. You get the bows. Yeah, we got the bows. Everyone got the same bows. We all know what you do. We all know what you like. Get out of here.
Joey Hookham says you want a tattoo, Johnny, of hands breaking a comb.
No, I would
That
never
would
get.
be a good one. I'm telling you.
No, I don't want that on my body forever.
Go ahead.
We haven't. I think you also did the skull for minors, right?
Yeah, that was actually my first thing that I ever did in the bearded community.
Yeah.
It's here. I don't have one to show, but it's there. I have
Yeah,
like
they
3 of them.
approached me about doing it, and yeah, that was my first thing I ever did, and that kind of got me interested in doing more for sure. And because I didn't think it was actually going to take off and become something, but it totally did.
Yeah.
So that
Now,
was the first.
were you posting about beard product before you started working with companies?
Yeah, I was trying to find bearded companies that I could put into my shop and sell, because I find that this area, besides the big chain, the hair places, they didn't have anything, and then all they had was gravy before shave, and that's the only option you had in the entire city, or
Yeah.
the crap you found at Walmart. That was
Right.
it when I started out, right? So I was doing research every day and liking and talking to people and doing all that stuff and finding what I liked, because and everybody was so willing to help me. It was like, now I need to kind of give back and
That's awesome,
help somebody else. And then, that's where my thing with minors came from. After talking to him forever, he asked me to do it, and I did it.
There's a company out there called Beard Hoss. I don't know if you've heard of them or not.
No.
They do. Now, this is either a scent that you would never want. I think the scent might be polarizing, or you'd really want. They do a scent called Mean Green, and they put it on their website that it smells just like a tattoo shop. And it's this very clean, soapy kind of smell. Now, not doing tats. I have no idea what that is, but I figured you would. So if you want to check, the owner's a really nice guy. Beard Hoss. I'll DM you the info, Mean Green. But there it is. Johnny's got Beard Hoss. Does that mean green right there, Johnny Grooms?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right, so there it is.
The thing that I did for Damn Yankee called Studio kind of has that very similar smell.
Okay, and you did the art for
Yeah,
that.
we did the other one for that one.
I haven't smelled this one yet. So this one is supposed to smell like a tattoo shop.
Yeah, I guess there's a certain soap that's used.
Yeah, it's a soap that we use to wash the skin off before, during, and after. Basically, it's one of the only things that'll remove ink from the skin.
It smells like a soap that.
Yeah, it's a very clean soap kind of smell. Yeah.
Yeah, it smells like a chemically.
It has a very particular smell that if you've never smelled it before, you'd be like, "What the fuck is that shit?" But
Yeah.
you get used to it. Like, I don't even smell it anymore.
Yeah,
That's
wow.
how I'm used to have it. Like, it's all over me, I think.
Oh, I didn't know what I had here. Look at that.
Yeah. I might have sent that one to you, Johnny, when I sent
You
you a
did,
box.
yeah.
Yeah,
You did.
yeah. I like the scent, but I knew I would never wear it. But he describes it on the website like, if you have tattoos, you're gonna dig this scent kind of thing, because it's kind of gonna make you feel and think that. Brett Berlin had another question, and then I have an announcement for the Scallywags as we are past 9:30.
About that time. Yep.
Let's see. Brett's was, so do you talk before the appointment about what the tattoo will be, and then do you do sketches, or do you do the drawing the day of?
I don't do it the day of unless it's something that I can just change very easily. Other than that, there's usually an appointment made so I can consult, and then we kind of go from there. But generally, I don't just draw on the spot. And
Okay.
I'm not a big person that freehands on people's skin either. I like to know what I'm getting into before I do it, so that I can plan it out in here first before I put it on your skin.
Awesome. All right, you sons of guns. Now, Ryan and I couldn't make the tat thing work, but we could make something else work. So, man, I don't know. It's like 1849, and we have struck a vein of gold these past few weeks, because we're going to do a giveaway.
Yeah.
But this might be better than most giveaways because you're used to getting balms and co-washes and stuff like here. Oz has agreed
Or
to
like
give you
oils.
an original sketch for this giveaway. All right. So what you'll do is if you win the giveaway, you'll DM with Oz. You guys will talk design, what have you. He'll send it to you, and you will have an original idea. And I'm going to tell you what spawned this. When we had Ruddy Man Grooming on, okay, way back when, at the very beginning, Jimmy Atkins, who I love as a man, he's just a great dude. He had this sketchbook. This like note-taking book, like a little journal is what it was. And he talked, and he's a bit, there it is, because Johnny got one too. And he's a big artisan guy. He digs people who make stuff with their hands. Oh. And he explained like the significance and the importance. And he sung a song for us because he's a musician. And he had the lyrics in one of those books. And so he did a giveaway of one of those books with the lyrics to the song, as Johnny showed, and a little inscription. And I said, what a lovely gift that you are not going to find anywhere else. I can buy all the damn beard oils I want. I will not get a Jimmy Atkins, with his freaking lyrics and his freaking head.
It's in his handwriting and everything. This is right from the Ruddy Man himself right there.
Right. That's a true memento.
That's pretty awesome,
And so when I knew we had someone with Ryan Skill coming on, it jumped in my mind. And I never asked to do giveaways, but I just had to with Ryan because he seemed like a cool dude and he was gracious enough to do it. So we are going to do that. But as Dancy is the trusted teacher, I've decided I'm going to take on the appellation of the crusted or crusty teacher. I'm not going to make this shit easy, okay? I'm not going to make this shit easy. You're going to have to learn a little bit from the 51st state. I mean, Canada. All right, so here's what we are going to do. Maybe you've kind of heard Ryan and I saying things here and there, but he and I, he knew what this was going to be. So we've been a little cagey about talking about Ryan's origins. That is because to earn this bad boy, and you may have to do a little research. So if you follow this man, you may have to do some scrolling. I don't know what the hell you're going to do. The Canadians, they do their thing in provinces, man. And they're huge, except for fucking Prince Edward. How the hell is Prince Edward an entire province, okay? All right, so Prince Edward, now that I mention it, is out. Now you're down to 11. You've got to give me 2 Canadian provinces. The key is, though, one of them has to be where Oz is from. Go.
How are they going to know?
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We're not waiting on it right now. It could take us to 11. All right? This is a special giveaway. They're going to fucking work, Johnny Grooms.
Okay. All right. Hey. It's all right. It's fine. It's fine. Relax.
Bam says, I got his address. Bam, I appreciate your honesty. You're just qualified. Besides, you have a ton of his original art.
More than anybody.
Halifax, Billy Rogers. Okay, Billy Rogers, Ontario and Saskatchewan. That's a nope. Halifax, Alberta and Ontario.
I was just naming. All right, we're just firing off Canadian provinces. So.
Well, the extra province was good. I just wanted to see Halifax. Phil, my man, you have won an original sketch from Ryan Oz the Great. Ryan is from Alberta, Canada. Outstanding. Sorry, those of you that came in.
I thought that was going to take a long time.
I thought it did too.
I was like, no way. I guess you just start throwing out provinces, and you get lucky.
There's only so many of them, really.
Eventually, the combo. It's not like they've got 50 of them, Johnny. All right, so Halifax a cool dude, Ryan. I think you guys can come up with something now. Halifax, just DM Oz, and Oz, I will DM you a little bit later. Now, Halifax, the only thing I ask of you is that once you get your masterpiece, is that you drop a post of it on Instagram, so we can all see what you concocted and what Ryan drew. All right.
How many provinces are there in Canada? I have no idea.
There are 12.
Now, 12. Okay.
There's Johnny Grooms. There are 12, but Vancouver and Saskatchewan, These things are monstrous. And then you have this one little pissant island on the East Coast called Prince Edward Island that's known for nothing except an author that wrote Anne of Green Gables lived there. And it somehow gets to be its own little province. I'm sure there's reasons for it. But yeah. And interestingly, Johnny, at least on the western and central, all of Canada's biggest cities are down close to the border because it gets so damn cold up north. And Regina, which is the capital, right, of Alberta, or am I in the wrong province there, Ryan?
What? That's Saskatchewan.
That's Saskatchewan. Regina is your Winnipeg?
No.
Regina.
Oh, keep going the other way. Alberta.
Regina.
Calgary, Alberta.
Yeah.
Calgary. Okay. If you look at the biggest cities, they're all going to be close to border, and most of them were going to have NHL teams.
He said Regina. He said Regina.
This is the tattoo I want Oz to do. I want Oz to do a Canadian flag, and under it is a spread-legged woman in the map of that province with Regina, where the city is. How great would that be?
That would be awesome.
That would be awesome. See, that's some original shit right there.
Oh, hell yeah.
All right, guys. So thank you, Ryan, for doing that. We're not done here, but I wanted to say thank you again for doing that. All right, so we got a piece of my wife's looking at me like I got two heads. Oh, she says I'm loud too. We have there was something else I wanted to do after 9:30 too, Johnny, and I'm an old man, so it slipped. Did you have something else, or were you alluding to the giveaway that you knew was coming when I said it's 9:30 and you're like, oh yeah?
Oh yeah, I don't have any.
Okay,
the giveaways for these people.
Okay, so Regina is getting some love with the little "You Are Here," yeah, a little "You Are Here" pin, and we all know where that pin's going to be. The new beard oil image just out of Santa hat, the Regina. There you go. There you go.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. Advice for a first timer.
Oh yeah, what's advice for a first timer getting a tattoo?
Eat before you come down.
Oh, hold on. I read that as advice for a first timer for someone going into that area.
Yeah, no.
That's where the "You Are Here" pin goes. Go ahead for a first timer getting a tattoo, Ryan.
Make sure you eat before you come down. That's as simple as that.
So you don't faint, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
I think people faint. I put a stencil on somebody who's like, and he was done. So if you can just counteract that by having some fucking McDonald's cheeseburgers, go for it.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's funny because like my uncle, he got his first tattoos like years ago when I was like in middle school, right? And like we thought like he's definitely gonna pass out. Like he doesn't handle blood well, he doesn't handle pain well. And when he was getting his tattoos, he got both arms done on the same day, and he sat there for a couple of hours and he didn't budge. Like he just got them done, got up and walked out. And we were very surprised. We thought he was gonna ride out, but yeah.
Yeah, it's surprising how much people can actually tolerate. The biggest wimps are probably the ones that'll sit there forever. It'll be the little guy. It won't be the big muscle-bound dude. He's the first one out in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It'll be the little guy you wouldn't think would take anything. He'll sit there for 8 hours and not say a word.
What do you think, Ryan? Because, again, going back to my date, you're thinking of anchors or mom or, just the generic kind of, but definitely not in the mainstream, not all the elaborate kind of stuff you see today. How did that movement get started, to your knowledge? A, that we started to see more and more people wear tattoos, and B, the elaborate designs, the sleeves, the back stuff. What caused that?
Well, I think social media and television definitely played a part in that. Shows back in the day, I can't even remember the name of it now, but they showed that it was cool to get the tattoo, right? So it just continued on like that, and especially with social media, and you're just inundated with it now. So everybody sees it. So everyone seems to have one.
Yeah. Now I want to bring you, Ryan, into the beard world, since we've been playing around in your world for a little while, because Bam said something that I had no clue about. He said you designed the Vixen profile.
I did. Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, okay.
Any drawings on any of JOFM stuff is mine. Well, except for the couple that Bam did himself, but which he did a really good job on. But yeah, most of them are mine.
So, what scents do you like, and what scents do you try and stay away from?
I try to stay away from cologne scents. Really, that's not a huge thing for me. Stuff I like tobacco scents. I like fruity stuff. That's basically where my wheelhouse is.
I'm right back. I'm right back.
And I imagine since you work for huge stretches of time, you like a longer lasting smell, or maybe not. Maybe you want to re-up.
Yeah. No, for me, the longer lasts, the better off I am, for sure.
Yeah. Billy Roger, we'll still obviously keep fielding cat stuff, but I wanted to talk a little more beard stuff with you too. Billy Roger says, A, his brother passed out because of not eating while getting one. And then B, Billy Rogers, by the way, he's a correctional officer at a prison in Georgia. And then B, he said, Oz, what designs do you hate to do and why? Now, he might have come in a little late, but are there certain things, aside from the, oh shit, I got to do another one of these, is there anything else out there that doesn't really float your boat when you have to do it?
I am not a huge fan of script. If you want script done on your body, I'm not the guy to do it. I can do it. It's so boring. It's like you're a typewriter. You're pretending to be a computer and drawing people's skin. I don't know. It's so imperfect. I don't like doing that stuff. But I don't think any artist really does. It's so structured. There's no room for any artistry at all. It's there. That's what it is, and it better look like that when it's done.
That's interesting. So, like the letterer in a comic book, are there artists out there that specialize in multiplicity of like fonts?
Yeah. There's lots of guys that are out there in the world that do fantastic jobs. And if you're going to get script, that's beautiful script to get. But most people just want this plain stuff that's just printed off a computer. But if you're going to do something like that, definitely go that way and do something super elaborate and fancy. And that would totally engage an artist for sure.
Now, when I think of Alberta, I'm thinking of plains, a lot of cold in the winter. I'm just knowing this because A, I'm a huge wrestling fan as well, and you are home to the Hart family, one of the first families. Give me something, if you want to entice an American to go see your province, what are some things that are interesting? And then what are some things that you're not a fan of your province?
We have some really awesome maple syrup.
But wait, can't most of Canada say that?
Maybe.
I love how he delivered that. That's as good as it gets in Calgary, guys, in Alberta.
That's funny.
And that's where it stops. They have some
the one beautiful thing about this province is that there's lots of trees and we're not far from mountains, and that's it, within an hour from where I'm at, you're escaped and you're away from everything, and that's a wonderful thing.
Is Alberta
now, the reason to stay the fuck away is the cold. Stay the fuck away during the winter time. The 8 months that we have here where there's 14 feet of snow on the ground, stay the fuck away.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I've heard Calgary and Winnipeg are just terror cities when it gets into the winter.
Oh, yeah.
Are you born and bred Alberta? Or did you grow up? Yeah.
Yeah, I've never lived outside this province.
Have you thought of it?
Yeah, you know what? I've thought about some places in the States that I like to go. I've always wanted to spend some time in Texas and, in some of the, over in Europe somewhere. I'd love to go to Germany. I'd love to spend some time in Britain. I'd love to do all that stuff, but just life hasn't sent me there yet. Maybe one day.
Go ahead, Johnny. No,
do you speak any other languages other than English? Do you speak French or anything like that? Or
I do not speak French. Nope. So let's not have a conversation in French, please.
Okay.
Here's my perception of your country. If I move there, I want to move to Vancouver. Is that a good decision or not?
Yeah, no, it's not so bad. It's so close to the ocean and stuff. It's a lot warmer there. They don't get as cold like we do over here in Alberta. So
yeah. And then I'd also like to move to Ottawa because it looks beautiful with its architecture and the river. But they're in Quebec, Ontario. We're getting into that area. Is the French-speaking side of Canada as cantankerous as it seems from an American point of
Yeah,
view.
it is.
Wait.
Button up against you, huh? Billy Rogers says he wants to go deer hunting in Saskatchewan.
Absolutely.
I'm just checking.
No, Peter was not. Peter was not at the door. I mentioned one about last Tuesday about who was Peter.
They were in the chat last week.
Yeah, Peter was in the chat last week, so I wonder since we have someone asking about Peter, you're looking a little suspicious there. Just the hell of that.
Brett wants to visit Toronto, and I was just going to hit that, and Johnny highlighted that quote there from Bam. Coming soon from Oz, Jack in the Box, which I just love the idea of that. London Fog, another one. I'm a big Fog guy, so I'm down with that. Rudolph and the Winter of Oz collection.
Ooh.
All right, Bam.
Yeah, that would actually be pretty cool.
Oh, that's real. Okay, I thought he was investing.
Real.
That's
Now,
awesome.
I don't want to give anything away before you want to, Bam, but is Oz going to be doing any more scent designing in the Winter of Oz collection?
That actually came from a joke that I had done right at April Fool's Day. I started my own fake beard company with some fake profiles.
Yeah.
And it got a little bit bigger and out of hand than I thought it was going to. And now I really want to make them. So I talked to Bam about doing them. And that's where the Winter of Oz collection kind of comes from, is him doing my sense with some of my art. So.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Cool.
Bam's got a great sense of humor, so that's cool. All of them. Yeah, okay, there we go. Good night, Jeff. Thanks for stopping by, man. London Fog, man. There's nothing I love more than watching a movie like set in the 30s or 40s with fog and trench coats and fedoras and all that shit. I just love that vibe. I love that feel of that time.
London Fog is actually is a really good scent. I don't think Bam really wanted to do it as a launch. But we're going to change up the design that we did for it. We did a mech zebra for the last one. I've got a weasel design that we were working on for that one. So
nice.
It should be pretty good.
Now, are you still also working with companies that you've worked with in the past coming forward, or any new beard companies coming in and seeking you out?
Clever was probably the newest one that I did. I worked for Beard Tunes or Chronic there for a little bit. He has got some unreleased stuff yet. I haven't really done a whole lot of new stuff lately. I try to keep it mostly to Bam stuff recently.
Yeah. Just
so that I'm not overwhelmed with a lot of stuff. So
awesome.
I hear new Chronic, and I'm like, all right, yay. I'm a big fan of Chronic Beard. Chronic Beard, John LaFemme, they both have like those two companies have like the feel in beard that I really enjoy. So,
agreed.
I really, anything, some new Chronic. I'm all about that one.
Yeah, I like
awesome. Can't wait for that.
Bam has released a ton since being first.
Oh yeah. He exploded. He came out of nowhere, like a bunch of different fragrances and all that stuff.
Too much for me to get, but every time I get something from him, I'm happy with it. And he threw Bam in after I ordered Uncle Leroy, and that's a great scent as well. On the flip side, Chronic, I have one scent. Brett Berlin recommended it, and it was a 100% spot on recommendation. I love it. That's the Santa's pipe.
Okay.
Now, when I look through the other scent profiles, I think Chronic has like 4 or 5, somewhere around there.
Oh, yeah.
None of them really move me to buy, but I know I love the way it works and feels in my beard. So I'm just waiting for Chronic to release another one, and I'm like, okay. And I love, do you have Santa's Pipe, Oz?
No.
Oz, tobacco and long lasting, that thing is the bomb.
Yeah. The only one I have from Chronic right now is Munchies, which is good too.
Also, as a tobacco, long-lasting, and Lux fan, since you mentioned him, do you have his Tobacconist?
I do not. I do need that one. I was for the longest time that I would hate the tobacco scents. Yeah. But as soon as I got the first one, I was like, I'm sold.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have the Tobacconist too. I off of Joe's recommendation, and it's a very good tobacco scent.
Yeah, it's definitely one I've had my eye on for sure.
And since we're here talking about since he did the artwork, those of you, I know Brett is a big tobacco guy. I don't know if Ryan is in here. I think he's a big tobacco guy. Don't sleep on Uncle Leroy. This is a tobacco scent, but it's a little different in a good way. Tobacco.
All the cigar series that BAM's doing right now, they're all good.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with any of BAM stuff.
This is true. You're right.
I'm so intrigued. Bam, remind me of the name because I forgot the name. I'm so intrigued with that barbecue sauce one, but I'm like, I really want to get it. What's that?
That's Dasher.
Dasher.
Also my art.
Yes. Cigar series. Thank you, Bam. And I'm like, man, that's definitely the one. If I got it, I'm either gonna love it to high heaven or I'm not gonna like it at all. I don't think I'm gonna fall in the middle on that one.
Barbecue sauce scented?
It's barbecue.
Yeah, flavored barbecue cigar. Yeah, it sounds weird, but I bet it's pretty good.
Brett says he has Comet, Leroy, and Vixen, and love it all. Nice.
Oh, hickory barbecue, not sauce, not barbecue sauce. Okay. Hey, I don't know. He put what was that food scent he put? What was it?
So smoky tobacco.
Elf? What was it?
Oh yeah, Elf.
It was like a breakfast or something like that.
Yeah, he's actually got two. Elf has got.
Yeah,
true. Yeah, and
John Family, they can't rule out barbecue sauce. Dude.
Dude has bacon and freaking syrup. Actually got from Oz up in Canada because it's the one thing of his province, and whatever else is going on there. And he also has the cookies. He's got Chris's one that's the cookies.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't realize it was just hickory smoke. That's on me though. That's me not reading.
And he's also got the other one, that's like a Thanksgiving dinner. It's got cranberries and all that stuff like that. I think Holiday Delight. I think it's called. I forget. I have it. Hold on.
He's gonna get it.
Holiday Delight.
Holiday Delight.
Which
that's the very fruity one though, right? Because I have Holiday Delight. Isn't that just the fruits? It doesn't have like turkey in it.
No, it doesn't have turkey.
Well, when you say Thanksgiving dinner, Johnny, the first thing that comes to mind is turkey, not cranberry.
It's got like cinnamon and cranberry and all that other stuff in it. Yeah.
But it smells Christmassy to me. It smells Christmassy for sure.
Yeah, Elf and Holiday Delight are gone forever. So
my God, he assassinated them forever.
Holiday Delight right here. I have like a near full bottle. I probably used maybe like 2 dropper fulls worth of it, and I have the rest of the bottle right here. So
for a little while, Johnny, I felt so super special because only me and Bearded America had Elf oils. He was never going to make that into an oil, and then he did, and then I guess he made it for a little while. You know what else? What other beard oil is going to be going by the wayside pretty soon? I think is going to be Alvin, the Never Made oil.
The Never Made oil.
Yeah, because.
So if anybody wants a bottle of Holiday Delight, I'm going to start the opening bid at $35.
And we're going to break Bam's fingers so he can never make it again. So don't think that Bam can just whip this shit up again. Elf and Holiday Delight off turkey and dressing, turkey and gravy coming soon.
Oh, man.
No, I lost the recipe for both. Oh,
you lost our recipe?
Oh,
how you lose it? All right.
Oh, yeah, you're right, Dan C. Gangrene and domestication. That's a great profile, Dan. Are you hiring out? Because Johnny and I have these dreams of one. It started off as doing a joke drop ship company that actually made product just for the beard therapy guys.
Yeah.
But then we thought about maybe actually doing it. So, and just using beard therapy culture kind of things as our sense. But that's a great scent line. If we need to design others, we may be giving you a call. You're not too busy for that.
Gangrene and domestication.
It was at the beginning and I misplaced it. Oh, that is a killer.
Oh, man.
Johnny does have experience with getting rid of digits. Ding. Yes, he does indeed. Oh, good. Brett says that Brett makes an important distinction. Leroy isn't whiskey; it's whiskey distillery. It's as if you walked into a Jack Daniel's distillery.
Oh, wow!
Yeah, I'm kind of still a newbie to bourbon and whiskey, so that's a good distinction to make that I did not catch. Full rights granted. Thank you, Dan. The moment I can get I don't care about domestication. That's the easy one. The moment I can nail gangrene, I'll make sure we'll send you the first bottle.
Oh,
Pus. That's the first one.
gross.
You know, I used to teach All Quiet on the Western Front, and there's a British term called pus bucket. That's just your random, like, you know, kind of like dickhead, like, as a term. But back in those days, and they talk about it in the novel, they would take literal metal pails and put them under the gangrenous limbs of soldiers because the pus excreted so much. We think of pus, we think of a pimple we're going to pop, but it would flow like a slow fountain, and it had an odor that would fill up the medical facility. So pus does have a scent.
Things we didn't need to know for 100.
I would pound that into my 10th graders to get them into the novel, to get them to appreciate this stuff. Jack Daniels with a throw up. Now, Billy,
look at the bucket. Look at the bucket.
I don't have the palate yet to make the yucky face or the great face, but I will say that Jack Daniels Tennessee Honey, that's some good water. That's some good water right there. Okay, now Brett, we all know that puss has a scent. I was talking pus. All right, we don't need Ryan's tattoo to give us that. Oh man. Oh, Ryan is in here. Good. Oh, by the way, Johnny, I just wanted to say, because I didn't want my poor manners to drag you down, I finally sent Ryan the winnings for the percolator today. So his bottle of Cupid Valentine bastard, whatever that is winging its way to Utah as we speak. So all debts, all beer therapy debts paid.
I totally forgot all about that. So
of course it wasn't your giveaway. I didn't expect.
Yeah, it's true. Percolator.
You know what you've also forgotten about is the soap.
The soap, yeah. Well, the soap is. Yeah. If I ever see you, I'm personally, because I'll be able to watch you like use it, and then like know like you're gonna be all right. Like I don't want to send it to you, then you use it, and like I'm not there to like douse you with white vinegar.
I'll tell you what, I would take a video in the shower, belly up. Trust me, the belly fills it all.
We know. We don't have to go that far.
We're going that far.
If I wash your hands with it.
If I get this soap that only the pharaohs use, Johnny, if I get this soap, I am gonna give you the video of me lathering everything but the naughty bits. Just
I don't want it. I don't want it.
I know you don't. That's why I want to send it. Did you send Ryan a soap?
No, I didn't send soap to anybody.
Soap is missing like Alvin's stuff.
Wait, he said he got soap.
I got my soap from Johnny too. Oh, did you? Oh, Ryan, I must have missed something. Best brown eye name ever. I honestly not trying to be funny. My wife just looked at me, Joe, like I can't believe it. Oh, I knew it was a typo, Brett. It's just one of those lucky little coincidences. What did Bob Ross call it? It was a happy accident, I think.
Happy accidents.
Yeah, it was a happy accident, Brett.
I have a video, happy beard accidents. I love that. I love getting all the defects and stuff. Like sometimes companies will send me defects by accident.
All right.
Like, oh, just
I know you got soap, but what you don't have is soap that was promised to you 10 months ago that you're still waiting on, even if the maker says it's not of high enough quality to send. And I respect Johnny's take on that. However, dude promised me some soap. And you know what he hasn't done in those 10 months? Make a higher grade damn soap that I could then use. He's resting.
Oh, you know, that's right. I cleaned all my materials to all my tools to make stuff, but you know, it's getting down to it, you know. Actually do it.
It's like Ryan saying, you know what? As he wakes up one morning, I cleaned all my my whatever your materials are called, my pens, my whatever, my gun. Yeah, I'm not going to work today. Fuck it. They're all clean though. If everyone wanted a tattoo today, they would have some damn clean equipment.
Yeah, they would have the cleanest, tattooing equipment out there. Yeah, I don't know. I just sometimes it's weird because sometimes I wake up with like with the fire to like create,
Yeah.
And I'm like, yes, I'm gonna go do it. And then I look at like what I need, and I'm like, oh well, I gotta order all this shit, and I don't have like half the stuff I need. I'm like, fuck it. And then I never ordered it. So like I have to order my raw materials. I'm like all out. Because I think for the last few batches I made, I put everything I had left into that one batch to make it like extra good.
Yeah.
And it's pretty good. It's just I don't know. You still haven't resend me your address because like I've told you like 4 times now. I don't know how many times you keep busting my balls about this fucking soap.
Yeah.
And I keep telling you send me your address again so I can send you a bar, and you haven't done it yet. So
if I never give you the address, Johnny, the bid guys. What, Ryan?
You're never gonna get that fucking soap.
You're never gonna get it.
I'm gonna here on record. I am sending you the address so I can send the soap, and I am going to do a beard therapy unboxing and some kind of wash. It won't be in the shower. I'll save the shower video for you, Johnny. Some kind of wash on live with this. That's what we're gonna do. Damn it! I just had another thing based on what you said, Johnny.
Still effing waiting.
Oh, Ryan, here's the thing. We were supposed to go on this ghost hunt with miners.
Oh, yeah.
During May in West Virginia. They were paying for it and everything. And Johnny was going to give me the soap then. He honestly was. Because we would actually be meeting up to do the ghost hunt. And then the COVID happened. So the ghost hunt gets canceled. So it's like this whole soap joke has taken a life on its own where viruses are actually intervening on my behalf to keep the joke rolling.
Nice.
I was gonna give him every bar I had. He was gonna get like at least 4 pounds worth of soap.
Oh, I would love it, dude.
Cubed up in individual bags, And that's what I was gonna give him. I have all the boxes right over here, right along with all the equipment that I got for that ghost hunt.
2 things here. Billy's got a question, but Jolly Old Fat Man says Joe, as in Bearded Life Joe, lives half an hour from Johnny, and he still hasn't gotten the soap.
Well, I can't give him soap before I give Barbara soap.
Yeah. I told Johnny that's a divorce right there. If anyone gets a soap and I find out about it before I do, that's the end of beard therapy. Johnny's going to find another partner. I need that. That's the soap states. That's how far this has gone. Ryan, Billy's question is, Oz, what's the one request for a tattoo they made that made you say, what the fuck? What was the design?
Remember I was talking about that bow that guy got?
Yeah.
That was the one that made me like, what the fuck? He's like, I'm going to get it to my girlfriend for Valentine's Day. I'm pretty sure they didn't make it through Valentine's Day before she left this fucking ass.
Yeah, right?
So a guy had Billy, a guy asked Oz to tattoo a bow tie onto his neck. Oz doesn't.
Not even he asked me to do it, I did it.
Well, hey, look, it doesn't cross any of your lines, and it's money, man. I mean,
that's right.
It's his stupid ass mistake. It's not for you to judge, right?
No, I don't got to live with it. I just got to do it as professionally as I can.
Right. Now, working around the neck, since that's such a sensitive area, does that ever bother you?
Yeah, it's not a fun spot to work in. It's kind of like tattooing chicken skin.
Yeah, it's like thin, right? It's like thin.
It's very thin, yeah.
But some people's will be, kind of flabbier like mine, some real skinny guy. I mean, the Adam's apple is sticking, out right there. I imagine it would not be a fun place to tattoo.
No, it is not fun for sure.
Like, where did he get the bow? Did he get the bow, like, under the collarbone here or, like, right up here?
You would actually get it like a normal bow tie. Yep, just smack dab right there. Solid back.
Jesus.
And he, like Oz said, he doubt they last for Valentine's Day. I love the idiots that get the names and you just know they don't last, or the pictures, and they don't last. Oz probably likes it because he can do
you take it, I guess, when you do something like that. If you put a significant other's name on it, you better hope that's fucking solid because it's there forever.
Yeah. The only name I would put is a dead relative because that's not changing, right?
Or kids, right? Yeah.
Yeah, your kids. Yeah, your kids.
It depends. If I don't like the kid by 18, they're gone. They're done. They're out of my memory. All right. I may not want that kid tattoo.
Have you done any face tattoos? That's like the thing now.
Work on the face.
Yeah, that's one of my refusal spots. I won't put shit on people's faces.
Is the head part of the face, or will you do the head?
I would maybe do the head, but I've never been asked.
Never been asked.
Okay.
No.
Interesting.
Huh.
James Pershing. I'd look like Chris Farley in that Chip and Dale skit.
Any permanent cosmetic tattoos like permanent eyeliner,
Oh, yeah.
things
Well, he
like
does
that?
I've always thought about doing some of that or having somebody come into my shop to maybe do that. But the big thing now is like the pretend hair plug things. And it's just a bunch of dots all over your head. And I swear I could make a mint doing that shit here.
Wow, like pointillism, like just
Yeah.
dots. Like what?
Yeah, instead of getting hair plugs and stuff, now just a bunch of dots all over people's heads. But it looks very similar.
That's so weird, though.
That's pretty funny right there.
That's so like that. I just can't even dots.
Yeah, research it after. It's a horrible thing to watch.
It's
Johnny, not after. Do it now. I want to see someone's head. We need to see some video or pic of these dot heads who are
Okay,
going to make you a mint, I guess.
tattoo.
Billy Rogers asks, what style do you specialize in? You said realism?
Yeah, and fine line, black and gray, and portraiture basically is what I do. Anything black and gray is where my wheelhouse is. But yeah, that's fine line, black and gray, and portraits.
Johnny, also pull up. Did you send Oz? Did you send Johnny more than the sailor? As far as, okay, also pull up those other pieces. I want to show those off to the guys as well. Oz did, Billy. Oz posted really recently for a contest this wonderful picture of an old captain, and I think that based on what Oz has said tonight, I think that encapsulates a lot of what his style is. You can follow him at Oz the Great, and we'll probably have that in the pics with his. Oh my gosh. Okay, so that dude had a scar, so he wanted it on his scar. It looks like. Holy cow!
Oh, he's doing his
my
whole head.
That's a whole head of dots.
But you still have to shave it.
Yes, you do. Yeah.
Wait, you really have to? You have to shave that?
No.
Everything you tattoo, you have to shave because you're in the week of pushing hair back into it. So you totally have to shave everything.
But the hair's still going to grow back through the follicles after you've tatted it, right?
Yeah.
So you want to look like you have about 3 days of growth, 4 days of growth, and you still have to shave your head. I don't get it.
No.
I can understand if you had some kind of like hair condition and you could not grow hair and you wanted to give that appearance. I get that. But what in the heck?
That's weird. I'm so confused.
So Johnny, look at yourself in the mirror right now, and people want that look permanently.
Oh, yeah.
You've got about that much growth right now.
Okay.
I can do that. I can do that. About $400. I can probably give you that look.
Wow. This is like a day's worth of growth for me. That's it. Like that's yeah.
Is that a tedious 400, Ryan, or would you be like, I'll
That
take
would
it all the way
probably be a pretty tedious one. Yeah, for sure. You get bored real quick.
Yeah. You're not designing all sorts of curves and shades and all that cool stuff.
Nope.
Let's see what's going on in the chat while Johnny's pulling up those images. Actually, John. Oh, they're talking about. Bam wanted to know, how did you become so popular with female clients?
It's the beard.
It's obvious, isn't it? No, I've been lucky. I don't know. It's been right from the start. It was nothing that I did or didn't do. It's just that's what seemed to kind of flock to me, I guess. But
this is one for you. James said, Joe keeps saying, JG, do all the work while I talk. Oh, it's true. I can't deny it. $400 and you can look like a serial killer.
I don't know where I got that serial killer thing from, man.
That was me, man. Remember, you used to have that old thing as your avatar that was black and white, and it really focused in on your eyes, and your eyes were looking very sinister.
I remember that one.
You remember that one? And immediately I said, holy cow, I'm partnered with a serial killer.
I like that one.
And I dropped it on Beer Therapy one night, and it just took a life of its own.
I like that one. That one took me a long time to make. There was a lot of photo editing apps. Yeah. Yeah, I was drunk that night. I'm drunk. Okay, so let's shut up. All right.
I'm not talking now.
All right, so here's the photos there. We'll try and make this big again.
Okay, so what is this piece right here, Oz? Just
That
like
was a
cowgirl?
little pinup I did. Yeah, it's a pinup piece on a lady's calf.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay.
That's a nice one. I like the shading on the legs.
Thank you.
And we got this one right here.
Oh, yeah. And there we
So
get
much
some
better,
color.
Yeah, I post stuff on Instagram and it feels like I'm a one-trick pony. Sometimes black and gray, black and gray, black and gray.
Yeah.
But I do color too.
That
This is
looks like
when-
something like Stevie Nicks might have as a tattoo.
This is like on the hip, right?
That's actually the inside of her. No, that is a leg. Yep, you're right.
It's a leg. Okay, yeah, I see it now. Okay,
Yeah.
it's like the knees right up there, and the. Okay, so you guys can see
Now,
that.
what was her request when she walked in? If you can remember, Ryan, what did she request as the tattoo?
That's exactly what she brought that image to me.
Oh, it was one of those.
Okay, all right.
Oh, that's a great one. That's sink or swim.
This one I like.
That's absolutely luscious there, dude. Oh, I love the detail even around the cross on her hat.
Thank you. Yeah, I love doing those American traditional pieces. I don't get to do them very often, but I think it's actually it encompasses all my skills I actually have, and it's not something I do get to do all the time, but it's something I do have a lot of fun with for sure.
Totally looks like a 1940s World War II like propaganda poster kind of thing.
I think I like that traditional style like that. I think if I were to get one, it probably would be like something, like that in that style. I like that. It looks so clean.
Really like it.
For being bold and colorful, and if that's what you're looking for, something strong and that's going to last forever, and that speaks. Though that's the kind of style you're looking for. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
And those lines are really clean, man. It's almost like a comic art, a piece of comic art. How clean those lines are.
Yeah, well, actually, I started out life. I always wanted to be an illustrator in comics, and then I eventually turned to the inking side of it, and that kind of led to this. And I worked for a newspaper doing a comic strip for years, where I drew everything and I wrote all the jokes and I did all that kind of stuff. And,
cool,
and then
cool.
it kind of snowballed into what I'm doing now. So
now, is this an internet rose, or is this a rose of your own design?
No, unfortunately, that was another one that was brought to me.
Oh, okay. This one's cool too. I like this one.
That's very stylized. Please don't tell me this was a photo from the internet.
Unfortunately, it was.
Ah.
There's a lot going on there, though. We got the plant life up front. We got the rose at the top.
Yeah,
it's a swirl.
Faded
but it's not.
Yeah, she came to me. She was like, "Here's my 4 images that I want, or that I would like. You pick one," and I picked that one. And when she came, there was one that was really, really bad, and that's the one she picked. And I talked her into that one. So
nice.
Johnny, real quick, can you go back to that doctor or nurse, the World War II feeling one? So that was your original. What did the person ask for?
She was actually a nursing student.
Okay.
So when she asked me for stuff, she just wanted it basically that old school style. I've tattooed her a bunch of times. She has a bunch of my work on her, and it's all that similar style. So I knew what she was looking for when she asked for it. But that's essentially what she asked for. So.
And why that particular slogan on the banner?
When it comes to traditional tattoos, that's usually the kind of bannering that's on there. So that's what we put.
But why sink or swim? Why the words?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure exactly why she chose those words.
Oh, she did. Okay.
Yeah, she did.
Okay. I really like that hair, man. I think the 3 things I like the most is just the use of color, but particularly the red around the body, the detail accent work on that cross. I also really love her eye makeup, man. That is really a gorgeous piece.
Yeah.
Yeah, it turned out really good. I had a lot of fun doing that. I remember, it was one of the better days that I had, that's for sure. It was a lot of fun.
Show the captain again real quick. Billy didn't get to see the captain, Johnny. I'm sorry.
Okay.
And then there you go. And there's you can see that Billy on it's a more recent IG post. That's his old sea captain that he tattooed for a competition. How long did it take? I think, did you say 40 hours?
It was 10 hours total.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really big. You can't really see the scope of it in the picture, but it's quite big.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
think
It's
it's
smaller.
10, maybe 11 inches tall.
Being an English teacher, Ryan, I immediately went to like Old Man in the Sea. You know,
Yeah.
when I looked at that, I'm just like, boom, that's the Old Man in the Hemingway book right there.
Yeah, when I saw the image, it's just the texturing in his face. It spoke volumes to his character. You know what I mean? And that's what I found most interesting about it. And I had to do it. So.
And I would ask all of you who haven't seen it to really look at it, because what Ryan did, the facial work that Ryan did with the wrinkles and the rolls of flesh and stuff, just gets so much expression across. It really is a gorgeous piece. I mean, I don't know if people denigrate tattoo artists or don't feel that they're as good as quote unquote other kinds of artists, but that is really I guess I love the nurse's piece because I like the vibe it gives off and the color. But as far as your art skill as an artist, dude, that is fire right there, man.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah, the eyes really do, Billy. The eyes and that little bit of a smile. You know, he's not the guy with the he's not like the guy in Family Guy with all the hooks. He's not going to take your head off.
Yeah, the one thing when crafting a portrait is that I focus on the eyes, because that's it's like the soul of the piece. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If the eyes aren't right and they don't look like real eyes, then it doesn't work for the piece. That's the most important part of it. It's a focal point.
Yeah,
for me.
So Eric wants to know, when is the D93 meetup so that Oz can come and do tattoos? Well, I'm out of that, but you all are welcome. You have to go north of the border.
I would go to Canada.
Yeah. Maybe he can take you by the Hart House. I don't know how close he is to Calgary, but for the wrestling fans, maybe you could do a little tour with him. I don't know, but he does everything online, as he said. He schedules his appointments via social media, and that's how he does it. So if you are in his neck of the woods, hit him up. I think that would be a very cool meetup.
I am planning on hopefully making a trip down to the States fairly soon and hit a couple states along the way. So this whole COVID thing kind of put a damper in that shit. But I do have a spot in Texas I may be stopping at for a little bit.
But you're not like Have Gun Will Travel. You're not going to take your tat supplies with you, are you?
Well, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's surprising. Really, you don't really need a whole lot to travel. I can pack up my entire shop in 10 minutes and be on the road.
Oh wow,
that is cool. All right, so it's going to be like a concert tour, Ryan. Once you find those cities you can achieve, you'll have to post them, and those guys will start. Yeah. Ryan's in Utah, and he's going to be, Eric. I forget where you are, brother. But Brett wants that rush. He's in Kansas. He's right in the middle. So chances are he's got a really good shot. You're in Texas. That's not too far from Kansas. You might actually get a couple guys coming to get some work. That would be awesome.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that kind of inspired this trip. Keep getting asked all the time, when are you coming to the States? When are you coming to the States? Yeah. It's like, I just need to get my ass there. That's all.
That's awesome.
So Brett's talking about the D93 festival. Let's work this out. How would this happen? What would be the festival?
Johnny, that's your cruise, man. It's perfect. Remember
your cruise? All right, you want to do? All right, yeah.
I mean, I don't know, but when I saw that, that's the first thing I thought. It was Johnny Grooms' cruise idea.
Yeah, we'll have therapy cruise.
We'll have Ryan on there as artist and tattoo. He can. Well, we'll bring Jimmy along so we can
do unauthorized tattoos on the cruise ship. I'm pretty sure,
but
he's not supposed to do that, but.
Well, I just want to tell Ryan, bone up on your chipmunks, and unfortunately, you're going to be doing a lot of chipmunk hands, I have a feeling, on the cruise.
I think that might be a pretty good idea.
You won't have to draw all the little fingers, though. That's good. You get a break there.
What's going on, bro? Oh, man.
Oh, man. What's the time? Oh, this has been a good chat. 10:25. Okay, we got about 5 minutes. Anything we didn't cover or anything at all, Ryan, that you'd like to say or, get news out there about your product, your skill, anything along those lines that you want to hype a little bit?
Well, if there's any companies out there that do want some original artwork or whatever, don't hesitate to send me a message if you want. I'm always into new stuff. that there's lots of companies I'd love to work for. So hit me up.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Last questions. Any last final? I'll give you 2 minutes. I got 10:26 on my clock here. I'll give you to 10:28 for any final questions for Ryan. Again, that's Oz the Great Tattoo, TA and the number 2 to follow on Instagram for his artistic endeavors and the horrible internet artwork that he is forced to have to do.
what is the price range starting for you to do a piece of artwork, like for a drawing? Let's say I wanted like a T-shirt, a certain drawing on a T-shirt.
Honestly, I've been keeping my stuff pretty low. I've been keeping 50 for original art, and then as long as you send me a T-shirt, we're good.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Which is a major step down for what I get paid for an hour normally, but like I said, it all started as me just doing stuff for products, was a lot of where it started from. And then as this COVID shit kind of came with me not working, Bam stepped up and he paid me for a lot of stuff, which I'll always have that guy's back because he's always had mine. And there was a couple other companies that paid me to do some stuff because I wasn't working. That was the only thing I was making the entire time. 3 months I was off when my shop was closed. So I love those guys. So
yeah. And what's nice to see is I'm not going to get into all of it, but there has been a bit of a kerfuffle in the community recently with Bam, and it's been nice to see all the people that have stepped up and had Bam's back as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll always have that guy's back. He's always had mine.
I already dug the dude, but October we did a bearded practitioner, Andy and I did a Down syndrome awareness live because one of my girls has Downs, the one with the heart surgery. And Bam as a Santa asked me, how do I interact with like kids with Downs better so that I can give them the same experience I would give to a kid without a disability? And I thought that said so much to me about the dude, but also how seriously he takes his role, and for each and every kid that's going to come up to him and he's being the Santa for that kid. So I always have his back as well. That was very cool.
I mean, Santa.
He is Santa.
You need to stand by Santa. Come on.
That's right. You got to stand by Santa. Hashtag whatever, all that good shit. And yes, Acker, I'm sorry. Johnny and I have. At least when no water is flowing, we tend to do 10:30. We tend to do the 2 hours. If the water's flowing and no work is happening, who knows when we end? It's me and Johnny Grooms. And we know that Eric Kennedy will be there till the very end. Cal fucking Ripken, man. Junior, not old man Cal Ripken. All right, so Hellcat has probably left. I'm sure he'll DM you. I will DM him if he doesn't, Ryan. Again, I appreciate that. And I will also be DMing you for some personal stuff.
Sure.
As well. Now that I know that you do that stuff, yeah, I've had a few ideas that would be killer. Guys, thank you very much. I hope I know a lot of you. I saw 17 at one point. I don't know if there's a high point, but I hope a lot of you got what you wanted out of meeting Ryan. I know some guys said they would make a trip if you came down to the States, so that's pretty killer. Depending on where you showed up. So just a class dude. Follow him on Instagram. All that kind of jazz. Ryan, thanks so much for coming on tonight. I really enjoyed having you. And we will see you all soon. Next week, we got somebody. I have to look at the calendar. But until then, and until Johnny releases his album, which is going to be too damn soon for my liking, y'all take care.
All righty. Night all.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Ryan.